Hey guys, Lexicon here, welcome back. Today I'm going to discuss some of the top games coming out in 2015. I know we only have a few more months left, but all the big blockbusters are coming out. Enjoy. Okay, first up we're going to take a look at Assassin's Creed Syndicate. This game definitely looks pretty interesting. It takes place in London during the Industrial Revolution. The main protagonists are Evie and Jacob Fry, brothers and sisters who grew up and were trained in the Assassin's Order. They had totally unique fighting styles. She is the more traditional, stealthy action, infiltration of the normal Assassin's Creed series, while Jacob is a bit more brutal and more straightforward. He uses his weapons more, and he really is not afraid to show his force. Now, what's interesting about the game is because it's got the dual dynamic, you can switch between the two characters at once, but I really kind of hope the game maybe kind of pulls a switcheroo, and it turns out that she ends up being like one of the main protagonist of the game as opposed to her brother. I mean, that thing would be kind of cool. It would be a change up for the series. And it only had the one game that had the female protagonist, and I think that would be something that would actually breathe some new life into this game. I mean, the series is kind of stagnant as it is right now, kind of repetitive over each year. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still a great series. But, so I do hear it from my people that I talk to that, when they play it, it kind of feels like the same game over and over. Now, the control scheme on this one is a bit different than some of the previous. They kind of went back to some of the other roots, so you're not having to, think about some button combinations in order to get into a window. You don't accidentally go into places you don't want to go. But, I'm just going to kind of wait for the reviews on this one. I think it looks pretty cool. Honestly, I'd give it a little time, maybe see if it's not as buggy as Unity. Let's hope not. Next up, we have one of my personal favorites on this list. I'm talking, of course, about Halo 5, the Xbox One exclusive. No doubt the Halo series had made the Xbox what it is today. And, to take nothing away from Halos 1, 2, and 3, those are amazing games. But I'll be honest with you, I thought Halo 4 was my favorite of the entire campaign. Now, the multiplayer has gotten a bit stagnant. They have tried some things in the past. We've moved on to Call of Duties and this Battlefields and stuff like that. And, it is fun to go back and play some old school Halo sometimes. But I noticed with the Master Chief Collection that it got old really quickly. Now, hopefully this one will change it up with the new War Zones, which is like a MOBA-style multiplayer match, which is pretty cool. Then you have normal matches and things like that. But, what I'm really looking forward to the most is the campaign. I really love Halo 4's campaign. I really want to see what that goes into coming up, especially after what happened at the end. I'm not going to lie. I cried a little at the end of Halo 4. I'll admit it. If you went through the Halo series like I did, yeah, you definitely do the same thing. One thing that is kind of downer about this game is it's not going to be couch co-op. It will be running at 60 frames a second, which is pretty cool. But that couch co-op piece, I don't know quite why they went for that. I guess they really needed the power of the unit to make sure they run the game completely smooth, so they had to have multiple Xbox Ones. But that seems like kind of a step backwards for the series, because one of the things that made Halo fun was just being able to have a friend come over, jump on the Xbox with you and play with you. So we'll see if that really hurts them or not, especially with Call of Duty going to the 4-player co-op campaign. So that's probably maybe couch co-op. I don't think they've confirmed that yet or not. I'm not certain. But, I mean, this game does look really good. I'm actually excited to get my hands on the campaign at least. I'll burn through it pretty quickly just to enjoy the story. I'm kind of hoping that maybe the game ends up with some cool thing at the end where you're playing against Locke, and you're playing Locke against Master Chief, and then maybe you get to choose which side or something like that. That'd be really cool. It'd be really cool if it put you in like a multiplayer match where you had to fight another player playing the other guy, and it had a different ending based on who won. But I'm just speculating on that. That would be something really cool to put in the game, but I doubt it's in there. Alright, I'm just going to sit back and let you watch a little bit of the gameplay here, and then I will continue on my next game in a moment. Enjoy.
I'm okay. Keep going.
Go, 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 Marty!
Made it.
Yeah, safe and
I mean, the
sound.
game has Nathan Fillion. What game is not better with Nathan
Better than
Fillion?
the bottom
I'm
of
just
the
saying.
ocean.
Next up is, of course, Black Ops 3. Probably the most anticipated title of the year for the most part. I know a lot of people are really excited about that one, especially since Treyarch is making it. Now, what's cool about Activision is, yes, they put out a Call of Duty title each year, but they have 3 separate studios working on the game. So they've had 3 years of development on this title. It's also Treyarch, so they're known for Black Ops 2, World of War. They really do take time and make a good quality game. And of course, they single-handedly created the entire zombie genre, which of course is going to be featured prominently in this game. They're actually going to have like Ron Perlman and people in it this time, which is pretty cool. So, I mean, the game looks really cool. I mean, Advanced Warfare was a little bit of a letdown. The movement system is a little bit better. There was a beta earlier this year, so a lot of people got a chance to try it. I think the game's going to be a little bit more grounded in reality. Now, to be honest, with the Call of Duty series, I think this futuristic stuff is getting a bit old, so I really hope that maybe the next title is going to go to, like, back to World War II. It'd be interesting to see Vietnam. Maybe mix it up a little bit, Maybe in World War I. I mean, it'd be kind of hard to do with some of the weapons and stuff, but I don't know. It'd be interesting to see somebody try something different. So, I've had a lot of people talk about it. Maybe Treyarch just turn around and instead of making the normal Call of Duty games, if they just started making zombie games, that would actually be a huge franchise. So I'm surprised that Activision hasn't stepped into that yet or not. But as always, this game is going to sell like crazy through the holiday. So, yeah. On to the next game. Alright, so if Black Ops 3 is one of the most anticipated games of the year, I'd have to say it's probably tied with this one. I'm, of course, talking about Fallout 4. It was announced this year by Bethesda at E3, and they're like, surprise, coming out in November. And everyone's like, holy crap. It's not a genre for everybody. It is open world. It's made by the same studios that did Skyrim, so that's going to be really cool. It's going to be huge, especially with the new hardware. I'm actually pretty excited to see how they're going to pull this off. And just the craziness that you can do in this game. It is a Fallout game. I mean, the game looks beautiful. And anybody who's played any sort of the Fallouts or Oblivion, any of the Elder Scrolls, anything like that, that there is, 300-400 hours minimum in this game that you can do. If you try to do everything, and I don't think you can actually do everything. And I don't even want to know what they managed to pull off in this. It's probably going to be close to like 500 hours or something. I don't know. It'd be really cool to see that. I mean, check out like the steampunk kind of weapons here. I mean, it's like a laser musket. I mean, I can't really... It's a laser musket. I just gotta say it's awesome. This, of course, brings us to Star Wars Battlefront. It's no secret this is probably my most anticipated title of the year. I did a previous video on it about a week or two ago. I actually had my hands on the gameplay. So, instead of really mulling over that, you can actually watch the previous video if you want to see a bit more on it. The game did play really awesome. I got to play the Walker Assault mode. There's going to be an open beta that's going to be happening in October, so that's really cool. I mean, EA's throwing it down on that one. They're like, hey guys, we're so proud of this product, why don't you give it a shot? So, as I said in my previous video, the only thing that I'm worried on this game is the longevity. I've been playing Battlefield 4 for almost 2 years, and I still haven't hit max rank, and I still enjoy the game. I will keep this one in my library, definitely to play with friends and everything, but it will, I don't know how long, I don't know if I'll consistently play it. So, but I could be so wrong. I really hope I am, and I really hope they support it with a lot of DLC and stuff to add on to the game. Next up is a game that I don't think a lot of people have even looked at. Just Cause 3. If you've played any other Just Cause games, you know this game is about chaos, destruction, and blowing shit up. I mean, look at this. He drops a car on a tower and it destroys it. There's planes, there's tanks, explosions, you have a grappling hook. And hell, Square Enix is so convinced that you're going to love this game, if you had the highest destruction score in the first 90 days, you win an island. Not an in-game island, not DLC, an actual physical island in real life. How freaking cool is that? Check this game out. And lastly, the game I want to talk about is Rainbow Six Siege. Now, what's interesting about this is that it is a pretty hardcore competitive game. There's no single player, it's all competitive matches, so I think the competitive players on PC and stuff are going to fall in love with this game, like Counter-Strike and stuff like that. What's interesting about this is that when you get taken out, you're out of the round. You do not have a respawn. You can do stuff like look at cameras and stuff to help your team, but you actually can't continue fighting. So really it's the last person standing. So, and it's got a lot of destruction. You can have multiple entry points. You can climb buildings. You can breach walls and ceilings. So, if you haven't taken a look at this game, you might want to check it out if you're definitely into that kind of shooter thing. If you're looking for a single-player experience, I would look elsewhere. Well, that's it for my top upcoming games of 2015. You'll be able to get your hands on these games in the next 3 months, so definitely enjoy when you can. If you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button below, and don't forget to subscribe. Share it with your friends. And if you want to submit any clips for some of the other video segments, please do so. Leave some comments below. I'll be happy to respond to you. So I'd really appreciate it if we could spread this channel a little bit. I really don't do ads. I just do it for fun, but I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.